Hello, my dear students. In two video lectures, I have given a brief introduction of the poetry of Kamla Das, some biographical details and the literary output in the first video, and then the major themes in second video. Now, in your course, three poems of Kamla Das are prescribed. You have My Grandmother's House, A Hot Noon in Malabar, and The Sunshine Cat. So I'll start with the poem My Grandmother's House. You just please take your textbook. You just have your textbook in your hand. Then I think you can better understand the poem. Now, while analyzing the major themes of the poetry of Kamla Das, I told you that confessional element is one of the dominant themes, and then I told you that nostalgia and homesickness forms the basic part of her poetry. This is very dominant in her poetry, and My Grandmother's House is an example of that. It has the theme of nostalgia. This poem first appeared in Kamla Das's anthology which is entitled Summer in Calcutta, published in 1965. It's an autobiographical poem where the poet is longing for her parental house, which is there in Malabar. It is very movingly described. The poem wraps within itself an intriguing sense of nostalgia and uprootedness. The poetess is living far away from that house and she is feeling uprooted. It's a lyric that reveals her nostalgia and deep yearning for her family home, that is in Malabar, where she had spent some of the happiest days of her life with her grandmother. Now she's living in a city which is far away from the grandmother's place, and that is why she's pining for that place. Here, at this place, living in the city actually, she suffered from an acute sense of alienation because she has left her grandmother's place after the marriage. She remembers the days which were spent by her at her grandmother's house, and also the love and affection which she received, staying at that particular place. The memory that she is far away from that place, it makes her sad. So we have a note of pessimism which runs throughout the action of the poem. The poem reveals the poet's painful, unfulfilled desire to visit her grandmother's house, because with that particular place she's deeply and emotionally attached. Now the poet is also very shocked to learn that that particular place where she passed her glorious time has become quite desolate. Now the poet has also intensified the emotions of nostalgia, anguish, by presenting a contrast between the present and the past. The present, where she is deprived of the love, and the past, which was full of love. The past, where she was with her grandmother and getting a lot of love, and present, the life of the city after the marriage, where she's not getting the love. So The poem My Grandmother's House, a nostalgic poem is this, where the poetess is pining, deeply yearning for a place where she spent her childhood days. Let us now start the poem. Now, just have your text. Uh, we are going to discuss this poem, My Grandmother's House. Now, there is a house now far away where once I received love. Now, the contrast between the present and the past. There is a house, she's talking about grandmother's house. That house is quite far away. That is, she's living in city after the marriage, which I told you just now. Now there she received love. Means she's not getting any kind of love staying here in the city after the marriage. The house now far away where once I received love. Then we have some elliptical dots. You just see 4 or 5 dots. Now, these elliptical dots, show that she choked with, emotions. She's heartbroken. I mean, she's heartbroken and choked with emotions and not able to express her full feelings. There's a house now far away where once I received love. 10 elliptical dots. Choked with emotions, not able to express her properly. That woman died. As I told you in the beginning, that pessimism runs throughout the poem. The mood of the poem is, sad. That woman died. My grandmother is no more. The house withdrew into silence. That my grandmother's house withdrew into silence means desolate. That house became desolate. Snakes moved among books. I was then too young to read. Snakes are now moving, through the books, and I was not able to read those books because I was too young at that time. And my blood turned cold like the moon. Then, as I told you that the poem is nostalgic, how often I think of going there. Very often, I want to go to that place. To peer through blind eyes of windows, or just to listen to the frozen air, or in wild despair, pick an armful of darkness to bring it here to lie behind my bedroom door like a brooding dog. Now, when she says, and my blood turned cold like the moon, it becomes an example of, simile. And when she's describing about the, snakes moved among books, and she's giving a very visual image to the readers. Now, the poem, as I told you, that the diction is very simple, and that diction is very much conforming to the directness of the feelings expressed. Now, how often I think of going there? Very often, I think to go to that place because she was emotionally attached with that place. Most of her childhood days were spent at that particular place. To peer through blind eyes of windows. Blind eyes of the windows, use of personification. To peer through, visual image is given by the poet. To peer through blind eyes of windows, or just to listen to the frozen air, or in wild despair during the moments of, extreme sorrow, wild despair. Pick an armful of darkness. I'm full of darkness, plenty of darkness. In utter, sorrow and despair, I just want to take some darkness from that particular place and to bring it here to lie behind my bedroom door like a brooding dog. Again, the use of simile is there, and a visual image is also there, and we have personification also. I want to, bring the darkness from that particular place and keep it here like a brooding dog. Uh, the image of darkness behind the poet's bed has been compared with brooding dog, and I think most of you have studied the poem Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, and you will be reminded of the yellow fog in that love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Now, then the same with same kind of poignancy, she continues, her feelings. You cannot believe, darling, can you? You will not believe that I received that much love at that particular place, and that place was so much dear to me. You cannot believe, darling, can you? That I lived on such a house and was proud that I lived at that particular place, and I was feeling proud of living at that place because that place was the abode of love, abode of affection. Was I lived in such a house and was proud and loved. Then again we have some elliptical dots. Again she, you know, got choked with emotions, not able to express her feelings properly. I who have lost my way and beg now at a stranger's door to receive love. I'm just begging for the love at the doors of the strangers. At least a small change. In a small change mean in a small measures. At least in some quantity, in meager quantity, actually I want to get love. At that particular place, I received plenty of love. But here I just want to get in small quantity. Even a small quantity, I'm not able to get it. So the poetess draws a parallel between the past and the present. Past is glorified, and the present, where she's staying at present, and she's not getting any kind of love. So alienation is there, aloofness is there, loneliness is there, and despair is there, and the poetess is pining and deeply yearning for her grandmother's house.